So I ended my toxic relationship with feminism.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be reacting to a video titled Why I Ended My Toxic Relationship with Feminism. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Make sure you guys don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So here we go.
68% of women initiate divorce. This is just an opinion as to why I think it's happening.
All right, so what are your thoughts on that? I mean, 70% of marriages are initiated by women. Meanwhile, men are usually sticking it out in marriages. Usually they want to be there for their family. What are your thoughts on that?
My first thought is that honestly, most guys are very easygoing. Majority of guys, I would say, like if not all, to be honest, like that's the fortunate thing about men. It's that they're very like, they know what they want. They're very like, it's very plain and simple with them. Whereas for women, things do change over time, right? So let's say when they first got married, she may have wanted certain things in the marriage to begin with, and maybe things change over time. I know obviously the number one cause of divorce is finances, right? So those things could maybe change over time. I don't know, maybe her expectations are different, who knows? But yeah, it's just, that's such a crazy number to say 70% though.
I mean, if a guy loses his job, his marriage is on the line, right? If he's not producing in the marriage, if let's say he goes jobless for 6 months to a year, how many women are going to stick it out with that guy?
Women are always looking for the guy to want, like, who has the best option for them, right?
Yep.
But I guess also in marriage, that also kind of relates as well. It's like once they get into a marriage, they always expect the man to kind of like be leveling up with that. If you just stay the way you are, it's going to maybe cause problems down the line.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Has not changed. Men want a nurturing partner to produce offspring and a peaceful home. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not a man. On the flip side, what women want and what is expected of them has changed. I fell into this trap that I can do anything that my husband can do, but better.
All right, so let's just stop right there. I mean, a lot of women have been lied to in regards to the feminist movement. Women today are thinking that they're stronger than men physically, you know, they're able to do whatever a man can do. And in reality, that's not the case. It's not that one is better than the other. We're just simply two different creatures coming together. What are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree. Even like nowadays with commercials and stuff, I think there was a commercial I saw the other day, actually. I think it was like a Powerade or Gatorade or something like that. Some commercial with athletics, whatever was involved, right? The song was playing like, whatever you can do, I can do better. Like it was just, again, it perpetuates that thing of like, women always have this, are expected to outperform men for some reason. Or I just never really understood that. It's like, why do I have to compete with men? Or why is this always being like perpetuated in commercials and things like that? Right.
Well, you look at 50, 60 years ago, women were more you know, at home doing more of the traditional things. And over time, with the women's rights movements and them wanting equality and things of that nature, now it seems like everything has been overcorrected to the point where men are weak and women are strong, right? But let's go ahead and continue.
Act like a woman and then take care of everything in the house. Because according to Instagram, it's possible. According to feminism, if I'm not doing it, then I'm cutting myself short. And according to other women, if I don't have a job, I don't have value. According to magazines, if I don't look good while doing it, then I'm a lazy slob.
All right, so there you have it, right? There's so many different sources, so many different outlets that are telling women that you can do it, ultimately perpetuating this false narrative as to them, you know, being strong and giving them this delusional support system of different outlets that are saying, yes, you know, you can do it, like keep going, like keep doing what a man can do. Meanwhile, low key, a woman is by herself in her apartment being a wino, right? Just drinking bottles of wine, depressed, and the pressure is ultimately getting to her. But what are your thoughts on that?
No, I definitely have experienced like the pressure from seeing all, like, if it's not even, also from family too sometimes, like your family will pressure you into having to do a lot, like, or expect you to have to do a lot as well. So and friends and like media, of course, like she mentioned. So yeah, I totally agree with her. It's a lot of pressure, right? So I think it's also important to keep it simple as much as you possibly can. That's what I told myself when I was feeling overwhelmed, hearing all these different things of like, you have to, every man wants a power couple, or like you have to go all the time. It was like, it's too much for one person to handle, right? The whole point of a union is that you have someone to support each other, right? So whatever my strengths are, we combine it with each other, right? I don't have to do everything perfectly 24/7. It's just too much. So you kind of have to take a step back and be like, listen, traditional honestly keeps it so simple in the sense where like you have your strengths, I have my strengths, we focus on what we're meant to do, and we're good, right? Whereas for this, it's just so much on one person.
And what a lot of folks don't know, you're actually in the STEM, now STEAM career area, so to speak, right? So you have the potential to easily make 100,000, right?
Down the line, that's the plan. Down the line, that's the plan.
Right? So it's like, okay, so let me ask you this, like, what would complete you more? Making that 100,000 a year or a family?
Okay, so for me, there was a reason why so for those of you that don't know, I study computer science. So for me, the sole focus on that was that I wanted to have a career that I was interested in, but I also wasn't, how do I say this? Like, I also do want to plan for a family, and I know income is going to be a part of that as well, to give a good future for your children and for the family, right? So there was a lot of factors that went into it before I decided to go down that route. And for me, I was like, all right, if I go into a tech field, right? And even if I went into tech sales, whatever the case may be, I know I can create a good income for myself, and I can also work remotely if I had kids, things like that. My career won't be impacted, so I can still make more money. So that made the most sense to me at the time. So that's why I'm like, all right, I can go that direction. So for me, it was always both. It was never just, let me focus on building a tech career and let that be my sole purpose in life. It was never that way. It was more like, I'm doing this because I know it's a good career route. I know I have a lot of potential to make money in this career, as well as I can balance it out with building a family as well. So
and that's fair, right? So basically, you had a career plus your family in mind. But let me ask you this: push comes to shove, which one goes, which one stays?
No, family's first. Family's first. First and foremost.
There you have it.
The whole point of me even going to this career was to for benefiting my family, right? So if it was my family members that needed my support financially, if it was immediate family, if once I have kids, my husband, things like that, right? So for me, it was always family was first. So I would definitely put my career aside for my family.
When I was trying to do all the things, I kept thinking to myself, man, I need a wife. So I ended my toxic relationship with feminism.
All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and end this video. It seems like she's completely fed up and frustrated with the feminist movement. It seems like she's working X amount of hours, long hours, and subsequently it's taking a toll on her. And the reality is, you don't have to do that, right? Find a man that you can build with and just sail off into the sunset, right? Start a family, build some businesses together, get on his program, maybe be a helpmate as to, what he wants to do. Find somebody that you can build with so that you don't have to have that pressure on your shoulders, so to speak. But what are your final thoughts?
No, 100%. I think that's, again, what the last point that she said, she's like, I need a wife after all this, because you do need help, right? That's the whole point. It's not meant to be everything is on you, right? And I can imagine a lot of women are fed up with how things are going now, and kind of wish they were told the truth earlier on, and then they could have made better decision for themselves, in their late 20s or whatever the case is, right? So it's tough, especially hearing it now. Especially if you're older and you hear this advice, it's tough to hear. But I guess going forward, right, for the women that are young and who are in their early 20s, early to mid 20s, think long term. Think about what's really going to give you that I guess satisfaction in life, right? What your purpose is. For it's not having kids, I understand it's not for everybody, right? For majority of women though, they do desire kids and having a family
at some point in time.
Majority of women, right? There are going to be those women who are like, I don't want kids, and that's totally fine. But for the majority, focus on that, because that's what you most likely will want in the future. So put yourself in a position where it's going to you're setting yourself up for success, if that makes sense.
All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and end this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.
Bye, guys.